Welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the world of the Untamed. We're diving into episode 16, when we left our characters, Cheng, his sister, and Wuxian were all being restrained by the purple lightning. First, Mama Jiang tied them up because they were about to be invaded by the Wen clan. So she tied them up, sent them on a boat, was like, leave. And then they came across Daddy and Big Sister, and Daddy realized what was going down, and he's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna tie y'all asses back up, go to Grandmama's house, I'm gonna go get my wife. And that is where we left. It was very, very sad, very emotional. There were a lot of heightened emotions, and like I said in my thoughts to that section, I already know the result of what happens to Mom and Daddy because of things that happened in past reactions. But yeah, we're gonna just continue and just see where the things go. So yes, this was a terribly sad episode. Terribly sad. And if I wasn't already aware that they were going to die, it probably would hit me a little bit harder, come it's more of a shock. Well, maybe not a shock, because the ending of the last episode was kind of building up to that, so I could probably kind of see that coming. But it would probably still hit me a little bit harder if I didn't already know. But yes. But you guys can probably understand, because like way back in episode 5, and I went to go watch episode 6. I watched the special episode of episode 6, which was actually the next episode, and potentially the episode after that, just truncated down into one. So you can probably imagine how confused I was coming off of episode 5 when they were still at the cloud recesses and like doing a little night drinking, and then I turned this on and I'm like, oh no, they were. I don't even know if they were doing night drinking. No, they weren't. They were on the boat. They didn't even get to the night drinking. The episode ended with them on a boat, and one of them grabbing the liquor while they were on the boat. So then, come from that to this, I was like, what the hell happened? What the hell was in that liquor? What did I? And I still have my recording of that reaction, which I don't know if I'm going to actually do anything with it. At one point I was going to, like, once I got to this episode, take like my Topher thought section or something from there and kind of splice it in there. But since that episode, the special episode 6, was a combination of this episode, the next episode, and potentially the episode after that, I'm like, I was probably bouncing all over the place with my Topher thought section. I don't know that I would be able to clearly dissect that. Maybe after I'm done with the entire series, I'll put that out as like a special blooper episode or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was terribly confused. Terribly confused. So this whole time, I've known that Cheng's parents were going to die before I met them. Well, we had met Daddy briefly. But we hadn't met Mama at that point in time yet. So like, I knew they were going to die, which is what confused me a little bit more. Before last episode, when people were in the comment section saying how much they loved his mama and how much she is one of their favorite characters, this, that, and the other, I'm like, I don't see it, and I know she's gonna die, so she must have some hell of a redemption arc or something. And she really did. Like that last episode really, really changed my perspective on her and just really fleshed her out and turned her into this three-dimensional character. And I really, really enjoyed what they did with her. And I wish that we just had more time with her in that capacity, because I just would have loved to have had more time with her, knowing her as this, yes, she might have this abrasive demeanor because, you know, she's got her own issues, her own insecurities. This rumor that's been circulating for God knows how long about her husband and this potential mistress that he had, and that's why we've got this adoptive, you know, servant son, stepson thing happening here. And other things, so I'm like, I'm sure she's got lots of reasons to be upset and to harbor this resentment. But it was great to see her in a light where it's like, no, even though she has all of those resentment feelings, she still loves her husband. She still cares about her husband. She still loves her children in her own way. And at the end of the day, she's willing to fight tooth and nail to protect them. She is willing to do whatever it takes. So I wish we had more time with her to get to see her in that light. That's the only thing that I wish. Well, I wish a lot of things. I wish they didn't have to die. But knowing they had to die, I just wish we had more time with her like that. But yeah, it's nice to see these things in context of like the actual series of events. Because again, when I watched that special episode 6, I was confused out of my mind. Like, what the hell is happening? So I just kind of logged it in the back of my mind, things that happened in that special episode, and just kind of notebooked it. Like, okay, this is coming at some point. How do we get here? I don't know. So that's kind of where I've been the last like 6 or so episodes, just trying to fill in the pieces to like, how did we get here? I know we get here. How did we get here? And it was nice to see the events leading up to it and just see the things in context. I'm mad that Daddy didn't even get so much as a good sword swing in before he met his untimely demise. Like, Mama had been holding down the fort. Just to speak to how much of a badass she was. She gave up her like ultimate weapon, that purple lightning, so she could protect her children, sent them away, and that was in the middle of the daytime. And by the time Daddy got there, it was the dead of night, practically. It was dark outside, so I'm assuming it was the dead of night. But she had been out here battling, with the core crusher still out here doing all kinds of stuff, crushing cores and killing bitches left and right. She had been out here battling, outnumbered for hours on end, and she is getting beaten and bruised and battered. Meanwhile, you got this heifer over here who won't stop screaming, "Kill her! Kill her! Stab her!" And I'm like, somebody just lob her head off. Please. Please, just do me a favor. One of these guards just accidentally try to kill Mama You and, just nick her. Please, just get her off my screen. But Mama out here holding it down. She is fighting tooth and nail. She is fighting boom, 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 defending for hours on end. And the only reason that she ended up giving up and dying is because Daddy showed up and 30 seconds later died. And I'm like, Daddy, you were relatively well rested. You just rode the boat over here and then y'all came flooding through the front door. How? Like, granted, I get it. He came from like your blind spot or something, but I'm like, still, Mama has been surrounded by guards. She already took on the core crusher earlier last episode. She already took him on. Granted, he wasn't focusing his attention on her at this point, but still, she is surrounded by guards, and she is fighting them off left, right, up, down, center, and so you can have some sense of like spiritual or spatial awareness to say, oh, hey, this guy's coming at me with, like, Daddy, come on, at least take one of these guards down before you die. Like, girl. Oh, so that was so disheartening to see, so sad. And then it was heartbreaking. Like, it was nice for me to see the context, but it was heartbreaking to then see Mama, like, okay, her world was ending at that point, because even though we've said it, she may have been abrasive and angry and antagonistic when it came to Daddy and the kids, at the end of the day, she did still care. She did still love him. So seeing him die in front of her, that was it. She had no reason to continue fighting at that point. Like, granted, yes, she still has her children out there who she's hoping are going to make it and stay alive, but like, her husband, her love, he's gone, died right in front of her, and the chances of her making it out of this situation alive are not great, because she is surrounded by a lot of enemies right now, and her energy is depleting quickly. So she's like, you know what, rather than them killing me, doing me in, or even worse, stank heifer over here, having them turn me into like her slave or something, and her torturing me, this, that, and the other, I'ma just end it myself. I'ma take matters in my own hand. And then she just plunges it in, and she she takes her last few moments, goes to her husband, holds his hand, and she dies with a smile on her face. Sad, heartbreaking, but beautiful nonetheless. The soundtracks, the scores in this series, especially this episode, so absolutely stunning. So many heartbreaking scenes that were just scored by so many beautiful instrumentals. Like, oh my god. The camera work, the cinematography, the soundtracks, the slow motion, the acting, the rain, everything was just so well done. And yes, I know I spend a lot of the time, just kind of joking about the rain. Like, it hasn't rained at all, and now y'all are doing the most. I mean, because they are doing the most with this damn rain, but still, it was effective, and it was beautiful, and it did add another element to this looming cloud of sadness and just general despair and hopelessness. Like, it works. It works. So yeah, Cheng is understandably upset because while he didn't watch his parents die, he had to discover that they were murdered, and that little snake half over here out here still insulting Mama in death and wanting to desecrate her body even more. And it's like that is despicable, disgusting. More reasons that she needs to get off my damn screen. So it's understandable that he is upset and he's wanting to seek vengeance. He needs something to channel this. Even though vengeance isn't going to solve anything, he needs something to channel these feelings into. So Wuxian was there. So he got the brunt of a lot of those feelings of anger. He's like, how, why I told you not to play hero if Lingjiao and these people were gonna die, you should just let them die. Why did you have to interfere? Are you happy now? You saved them. And like, taking out all this anger and frustration on him. And it's like, I want to believe that Cheng knows in his heart of hearts that Wuxian is not to blame. But there's also part of me that feels like Cheng might actually believe, to a certain degree, the words he was saying. And it's not all just coming out of anger and frustration. I don't know. It just feel like, yeah, he might actually believe that to a certain degree, which is unfortunate because, like I keep saying, like, it's not his fault. Because if it weren't for the case that the Wen clan had already started to try and do a mass global takeover, then you know what? Maybe I could connect those dots and be like, okay, Wuxian, they are coming for you right now. They're coming for you, and it's because of how you've been behaving, and this is all a result of you. But that's not the case, because the Wen clan has already shown that they are out for blood. They are out to conquer the world, and they do not have any problem wiping out entire clans who do not agree with their ideology and will not submit to their requests. They've already illustrated that. So the fact that this happened now is unfortunate, but it's not a result of Wuxian's actions. Yes, Stank Heifer over here came and talking about, oh, I was sent by the Wens because Wuxian, he insulted my boyfriend in the cave, and thankfully my boyfriend was able to defeat the monster all by himself, and blah 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 blah. But since he disrespected him, we need him punished, and this, that, and that. Like, yes, that might be the excuse that they came up with for this particular visit, but if it wasn't that, they were coming for something else. They were, like they said, they're making these supervisory offices all over the damn world. They were coming for y'all, and either your clan was going to submit to their desires and you guys were essentially just going to be under their thumb, or they were going to wipe you out. Those were the only two options. So it was inevitable. As soon as they started sending y'all letters talking about, hey, send your firstborn child because we're indoctrinating your children, that should have been the first hint that they were coming for you guys. So it was going to happen regardless. Wuxian is not to blame for this. It's unfortunate, and I'm not happy that it happened, but Wuxian is not to blame. But sometimes we cannot reason with some people when they're in such a heightened state of anger and being upset. loss, grief, that kind of stuff. So Cheng is very much in that mindset, and we cannot talk or reason with him right now. He is withdrawn himself emotionally, and he has one thing on his mind: revenge, vengeance. I need to go get them, and I need to go get my parents' bodies, and that is all that is on his mind. He's one track. Regardless of what harm may come to him, regardless of what harm may come to his siblings, blah, blah, one track thought: I need to do this. So that's where he went, and then he got his ass captured. So thankfully, when Zhan went after, he came across our sweet little cinnamon roll, Ying, and Ying's going to help him. Again, I've already seen special episode 6, so I know what the next little bit is that's supposed to happen. But it's nice to see the full-length episodes, because again, special episode 6 was this episode, next episode, and potentially the episode after that, just chopped up and condensed into one, like, 30 minutes, 40 minutes chunk. So there's a lot of these inner details, like the whole fight scene where with Mama and Daddy and them getting killed. Never saw that. Never saw it. I just came in with us discovering that, oh, they're dead. Like when Cheng and Wuxian were on top of the roof peeking in, that's kind of where I came into the picture. I never saw anything about them on the boat with purple lightning. I never saw this fight scene. I never saw any of those kind of flashbacks. So while I knew these main plot points were happening, I didn't get to see all of this individual, intricate detail. So I love that I got that. Yeah, so that was episode 16, y'all. Not happy at all, but we're just gonna keep trucking along and see where this universe keeps going. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.